Right, yeah.
Welcome along, District League Grand Final Day 1994. The Rupanyup Panthers jogging out on the ground there through the flash banner. Just waiting for the Quantong boys to take the field. Big crowd at the Horsham City Oval. All gathered with great excitement. There's the Quantong banner made with a great deal of love in the heart. Where's the Quantong boys? Should be coming along soon. They've had a big build-up for the game. Everyone's expecting a top match here today. Kalkee lads, reserves premiers, convincing reserves premiers doing the lap of honour. Demolished Quantong reserves in the preliminary final. Here we go. Coach Craig Kimberley leads his boys under the field. Crashing through the banner there. There's big Darren Wooster towering above the rest of the side. Grant Meany with the ball there in the front. Adrian Hurd, the big number 15. Jack McGee bringing up the rear, veteran of the field. The boys limber up with a bit of a lap. Strong wind at the City Oval here today, heading down towards the Western Highway end.
Will not be making the traditional lap of honour today.
Craig Evans about to receive his District League Best and Fairest award.
Kevin,
very worthy winner, second time winner.
Thank you, Craig.
Kevin Dell presenting the Della family medal.
Thank you, Princess Bill. On behalf of Maria and our children, it gives me great pleasure to present the Della medal to Craig once again. It happened in 1990 and it reflects the calibre of the footballer that Craig is. Certainly a ball player.
There's the Quantong boys lined up, all feeling edgy by the looks. Oscar McGee limbering up a few stretches.
Congratulations, I wish you all the best and have a happy day. Ladies and gentlemen.
There's a big crowd in the grandstand, packed grandstand today, standing for the national anthem. Rupanyup team selectors Ian Morgan standing there with the clipboard and the hat.
Craig Evans, Craig Turner and Craig Kimberley come over here for the tossing of the coin, please. Umpire Graham Cox will throw the ball.
Anthony Clough there in the foreground having a bit of a kick of the ball as the coaches are called forward for the toss of the coin.
Thank you.
League Chief Commissioner Phil Murphy, centre of screen there with David Hobbs, Commissioner Brian Tonkin. And here we go, ready for the first big bounce of the 94 Grand Final. Rowan Jones in the first ruck for Quantong. Here we go else in the middle there, Robbie Avery. For Brendan Everard, straight to Craig Evans, picking him up. And Jack McGee. Here we go, real buzz around the crowd. Danny Hughes in the background there on the wing. There's the bounce. Big tomboy wins a ruck straight out. But the Ruppies get the break. Heavy traffic there, O'Connor clears. Wiedemann, Luke Price. Quantong coach Craig Kimberley, number 6 there, heading over towards the boundary. The ball beats him out.
The throw in, Luke Price has got the ball, he's cleared it. Danny Hughes takes it away. Avery Shepherd's off. And it's Morgan out on the flank. Jamie Britton comes in a bit late there. Sauce Morgan goes back, puts it up high. Good punch by Allen. Bryce takes it away. The usual skill. Over to Wackel in, one of the crowd favourites. Jamie Britton, brilliant pickup. Kicks long. Big Worcester can't get there in time, and it's through for the first score of the match and behind to Quantong. Tim Wagon to kick out. Awkward kicking style, and the resultant kick not too good at all. And Big Hurdy's got it. He's pretty confident from that distance. He's gone back, he knows he'll get the distance. Question of accuracy. Crowd in the background, showing their support. Kimberley just patrolling the forward line. Believes he's done enough work to get him through today. Kicks offline. And over for a Bambi thrown in the forward pocket. The usual atmosphere of the grand final here on the field is not there at this stage. The ball goes over again in the forward pocket. It's very flat. Perhaps it might spark up a bit later on. Ball's thrown in. Big Worcester's there, but William comes over the top. Kimberley rose well. And he's hit the post. Signs aren't good for Rupanyup, who are kicking with a 4 to 5 goal breeze at this stage. Quantong doing all their tackling. Looking very dangerous. Tyler kicks out. Over the defensive side, he's kicked very wide. Price comes over and spoils well. Taps back in direction of McGee, but it's out of bounds on the forward flank. I think they could be in trouble, Rupp, if they can't get a few goals on the board.
Here's the bounce. Hands of Stone, Tom Jones. In the ruck, brings Wiedemann. 2 taps Wiedemann. Drove by Jack McGee. He's got the kick, dashes off. Can't do that, Jack. Very clever and resourceful player, always has been. Heavily bandaged knee. He's got the long strides on to keep the hamstrings warm. Looks for the short one. Ruppy's in front. Cleared. Rupanyup mark. Kick on. There's Dave O'Connor marking safely there. Strong mark. Meany plays on. Very skillful play, Grant Meany, one of the college boys, the college factor. Paddy Leonard, there's another one. Ball bustled out of ground, out of bounds. Jones and Wiedemann. Jonesy gets a tap. Cleared again by Rupanyup. The boys are busy in defence early on. Over wide on the wing. Long handball. Under pressure. Gets out of trouble. Long left foot kick. There's Oscar McGee. Gallant mark in defence. Luke Price attempting to play on. Oscar, a great performer late in the season for Connie. Very sturdy player during the finals. Goes wide, finds Coach Kimberley on the wing. He plays on immediately. Turns back into a bit of trouble, but gets a kick out. Jack McGee perhaps a little bit high. Morgan to keep the kick. And he does. Turner spears it in towards the goals. Bouncing ball, but it's offline. One behind to the Ruppies. Veteran Joffrey Allen to kick the ball out now. Veteran of many seasons, many finals. Goes to the rookie of the Quantong side, Luke Price, boy with a bright future. Goes back to Joffrey, but Shorty Evans intervenes. That dynamic player can be devastating, and the Quantong boys will have to shut him right out. Brendan Everard with a huge task today. Evans lines up. Another kick-off line. Another point to the Panthers.
Rupanyup still got a bit of work ahead of them. Kicking that 4-goal breeze down to the ambulance end. Allen to bring the ball back into play. A very experienced player. He's made a comeback after 4 or 5 years out of the football. Very successful year. Good marker, Jones. One of the best marks in the league. Kicking style can let him down on occasions. This time it's not too bad. Hughes makes a lot out of nothing there. Kicks the ball down 40 metres. Quantong's way. Baker's back on it. Pressures by Quantong forwards has been excellent. Tyler clears the ball. Over towards the centre of the ground. Price leads in the race for it. Everard very creative. Over to Jack McGee, who's played well so far. There's Jamie Britton. There's Kimbo. Pace has been a bit too much for Rupanyup at this stage. That's a great effort by the big fella. Very mobile for a man of his size. He's had a great final series. Just directing traffic there a bit. I think you better stick to the football and leave the umpire alone there, will it? And that's a good shot from the angle. Been a good goal kicker over the years. And that one's no mistake whatsoever. So Quantong go to a very handy lead at this stage, considering the wind and the advantage that Rupanyup have got. Bit of work ahead of Rupanyup. Quantong's pressure's been good at this stage. It's 1 goal to the 2 behinds. As you can see from those flags on the hill across there, the wind advantage is fairly vast. Everard's done a good job on Craig Evans at this stage. Just the one possession for Evans. Everard's had a couple himself. If he can keep that up all day, I think Quantong will end up in front at the end of the day. Ball's put down again. Big Jones wins it. Everard's onto it again. Just to lose him, Evans picks it up, clears well out of the pack. Mooney, very safe mark, moves the ball well. Should be Quantong's game today. It's out in the full this stage. And new one's put it back in. Ball goes down forward line. Oscar, as always, in hard. Luke Price clears. Dave O'Connor showing a great deal of dash there out towards the boundary line. He's made a late comeback in the season. He's been a very important part of the back line. Wait for the ball to be thrown back in again. Turner in the forward line. Bit of a question on his fitness at this stage. Jones moves out. Turner cuts it off. It's well done. Evans can't keep it in. The ball goes out. Jones rode that bump well. Still a bit flat at this stage. Could be a calm before the storm. As well done between Everard and Kimberley. Out to the negative side again. Pressure's on. Pressure by Quantong's been excellent. There's Kimberley again, covering a lot of ground. Got that open-handed handball again. And Jack McGee was a bit questionable as well. Hughes going in very hard. Yes, since Kimberley's had that media coverage on that open-handed handball, it's always been a bit of a worry for him. Even comes in from behind. Avery's going to have to work on keeping him out of there. Once again, Kimberley's pace is a bit too much for him, but unfortunately he's run over the line. We'll ball it in again. All these boundary throw-ins are towards Quantong's advantage, as Rupanyup has this strong wind. You can see those trees in the background there. Avery keeps looking out this time. Everard's paddling hard. Ringham's got it again. And Dunlop's got the mark. Oscar McGee just make sure he knows everyone's around. Very important kick this one for Rupanyup. Brought in late into the season. Chops Dunlop, a veteran over there at Rupanyup. Played a lot of footy in the seconds mainly. But they brought him in, the lack of big men. Their depth has always been their worry. He puts it on the boot. It's a good kick. A very vital goal for Rupanyup. Yeah, about 15 minutes into the quarter, and I think Rupanyup are going to need about another 3 or 4 if they're to have much chance in this game. They have to lift. This Kimberley just looking around, making sure everything's to his liking in the back line. Turner's still not on the ball. That must be a big concern to Rupanyup. Whether they're just having a ply there, as having in the forward line while have the breeze behind them. And he's got that knee heavily bandaged. Ball's down again. Goes up the way. Evans comes in with a good thump. Kimberley cuts it off well. Should have been a free there, a bit high, I thought. Ball scrambled forward. Craig Morgan comes through. No effect. Good pressure again by both sides. The ball will be bounced again. Once again, Rupanyup wants to get the ball out in the open, but through Kimberley's tactics, they've decided to try and get the ball in close. Whether it suits Rupanyup or not, we'll find out. Avery thumps the ball on. Everard taps on him as well. The ball's kept in close again. And there's Big Hurdy coming through. Couldn't quite clear it. Danny Hughes, good hands over to Jack McGee. Over to Everard. Lovely block from there on. Kicks down the forward line. There's Baker there. He's been solid. Onto that left foot. Kicks long. Jones sets himself. Two Quantong boys spoil each other. And Price just gets a deft little touch towards the banner. Kimberley's just missed Evans there. That's a bit more for the ball there, Kimbo. Berry drops an easy mark. Ball's moved out. Turner off the ground. Allen off the ground. Luckily in Davy's hands. Over McGee. McGee moves the ball well over to Hughes. That's a good pass. Hughes, too much pace. And the forward line. Big boosters in there flying again. Here's Baker again. Been holding that back line together in this quarter. Paddy Leonard in front. That was well done. Moves the ball up into the attacking side. Here comes Walker. Crowd goes wild in the background. They love this big band in Quantong. Kicks the ball out well. Britton kicks down forward. Worcester does well to beat two. Here's Craig Morgan. I don't think Dale will quite catch him. Still the pressure's there. Stevenson fumbles towards the boundary line. Just gets his left foot away. The ball bounces out. Just a lot of pressure from Quantong today, Dan.
Yeah, great deal of pressure, and good to see Big Cam Lynn working hard in the forward line there. Had a big punch out there, gave away that first goal, and he nearly came off again as Evans clears the ball for the Ruppies. Met hard by Chops Dunlop. Luke Price there, tapped on. Rupanyup, look at him, they're under pressure all the time. Morgan over to Turner, the danger player. There's that left foot, another goal for Rupanyup. They'll still want more with that win. Quantong's big arsenal of forwards there, real danger players. Adrian Hurd, Darren Worcester. Going to have a big job blanketing them. So players set for the bounce again. Up she goes. Jones again wins attack. Lingham in the action there. Wiedemann attempts to keep Kimberley out, does well. The Panthers going to attack again. Whistle on play. Ups into attack again. Allen goes the knock. Turner again. Lingham, both danger players. Turner taps on. Allen taps on well. But Paddy Leonard sees the ball out of bounds. Luke Price clears. High ball and Turner marks right on the 50-yard line. Skillful player, he should kick this. He's a long kick of the ball. I think he has. It's another one for Rupanyup. Panthers showing good heart, good heart under the pressure. Bonnie boys snapping at their heels all the time, tackling hard, bustling hard for the ball.
Seems to be a few injured players out there for Morgan Gather there, Dan. A few blokes limping already. Lincoln doesn't look 100%. Evans looks a bit down, and Turner once again, he's off that ball. I'm a bit worried about that.
Indeed, Robbie, that pressure really tells in the big games. But it's the Panthers into attack again. Morgan under pressure. Mopper Redding meets the ball. And Joffa Allen right at his heels. Former Wimmera League representative. Kicks out of defence. Jones roves the pack. Taps it on. Well done. Over to Ricky Price. Hands it on. Hurdy bustles his opponent out of the way. The big fella's been a key to Quanny's hopes this year. There's a great presence on the ground. Jones, tap, Turner. And again, Joffa Allen. Over to O'Connor, another skillful player. Juddy Whittaker, one of the college boys. The Quanny boys repel another attack. Punched on. Ricky Price off the ground. And Hurdy goes for Tommy Tyler there. Cameron Lind bringing up the rear. Timbo over the back. Couldn't prevent Lingham from grabbing the ball. Over to Turner on his right. Whittaker slips. And again, Joffa Allen on the left foot this time. Danny Hughes in the action there. Nongani one. Robbie Avery sees the ball out of bounds. Real hard worker for Quanny this year, Robbie. Luke Price over the back. An infringement on Big Tom Jones. He'll take the kick. Bit uncertain of his options. Oscar McGee hits the deck. Cameron Lind comes flying through. Bit high, perhaps. Morgan. And there's Joffa again. Goes wide over towards Meany. The safe marking Grant Meany. Been a real bright light for the Bombers this year. Passes off. Aves just fills the mark. Taps it behind very cleverly to Kimbo. He goes wide. Well left by Ricky Price as Hurdy comes through. Hand back to Kimberley. Shows great dash. Up towards the big fella. Cameron Lind in the action again. Taps it on. Speedy Jamie Britton. Hooks it back. Straight into the arms of Tommy Tyler. Oscar McGee desperate. Still in there. Stevenson comes out with the ball. Just gets a kick away. Meany again. O'Connor to Allen. Chip just eludes Jack McGee. Meets the ball all of a sudden. Out of bounds.
It's on the wing, favouring neither side. Right in the centre, as you can see there. Jones goes up. Good hands. Avery just gets a little kick away. McGee's got it. Stevenson holds on. And there's 50 metres been awarded. Silly play. Silly play in the grand final. Especially when I got that breeze. See Connie's chance. I can't see Oscar missing this one. Very experienced finals player. He's played in 9 grand finals. I know he's a bit upset when he didn't get his picture on the back page of the Mail Times there, Dan. Very controversial for him. Robert Avery and Jack McGee on there, and Oscar's played the 9. He never got on. He's bit upset. He reckons he had a few points to prove today. I can't see him missing this one. He's on the way. It's a lovely kick. Umpires, gets him that easy all day, he'll be happy. He blew this off and a few words of advice there. His little rover. And Quantong cuts back. So it's only a goal of difference. Must be 20 minutes in there, Dan.
Well, it'd have to be, Rob.
Have a look at that clock. Jock Dunn was the umpire in his first senior grand final. And Craig Morgan there, he's been very quiet. Willingham tries to bust his way through. Wording on the left, a bit awkward. Dave O'Connor very dependable down the back line. So he's got the ball. He's running the boot there, Juddy, under that pressure. Evans tries to battle his way through. Everard picks up again. His immediate opponent kicks the ball down. Big Jones runs the ball well. Good hands over the Hurdy. Kicks a nice 50-metre drop punt down forward. The big fella's got it. Shows the crowd. Oh, there's a Hurley going through. Big Williams not too happy about that one. A dry smile. This will be a very handy goal if it can put this one on the board. Paddy Lennon in the background, just towards the end of the season, copped a few injuries. He's had a great year. Misty comes in. Oh, he's hooked that one badly. Oh, he has a bit to say to the crowd too. Keeping on their toes. Kyle prepares to kick the ball back in. Up still need 3 or 4 goals. They'd have a shot. Here's Turner. Come down, kicking the ball out from fullback. I'm a bit doubtful about that decision of his to do all the time, but he's the coach. Away goes Lingham, that's good hands. Over to Sudoltz. Clears the ball well for the win. That's the way to go. He's buried. They need him to do a bit. He's done much at all. Rika's been right on him. Ball's out of bounds, over on the negative side again. Not the best thing that Rupp could have hoped for. Here's Everard. Not giving Evans too much breathing space. Jack McGee, very experienced campaigner. He's done a good job so far in the first quarter. Kimberley's been playing well. McGee goes in, but the ball's cleared over, off the ground. I don't think that travelled 10 metres. That doesn't matter because the umpire thinks it did. He's going to have a shot. There's McQueen. He's dangerous if he's left alone. He's gone for a pass. He's already inside the 50 and so is that. He centred the ball and squared it up. So Saucy Morgan to have a shot. Very skilled player, so it's probably not a bad move at all. Goes back to have his shot. Oh, he's hooked a little bit. Umpire moves across. Bad miss. I needed that one. Allen prepares to bring the ball back in. Here we go across the negative side here. He goes up, perhaps should have stayed down. Ball slumped forward. Dunlop's well tackled. Dave O'Connor, very dependable backman. Good hands. Jack McGee. Here's the ball out. And Danny Hughes will see it over the boundary line. Once again, all towards Quantong's favour there. Rupp's got to do a bit. They're not going hard enough in the pack. They'll be a bit more desperate. They want to make full use of this breeze. So you could see their dreams slip away here. Everard, lack of talk there with Kimbo. Still the ball comes out to McGee. He's really starting to find his feet in his last 5 or so minutes. There's Hughes. He's been a good performance so far in this first quarter. He heard he used his pace, he was off. Now the umpire's letting it away with it. He's looking for the hands to Jamie, but he wasn't aware of it. So he goes back. Looks downfield. Usually kicks long. He's going around. Good hands, he's opened up the play. Everard moves him across. Must be one of the best overhead marks for his size in the league. Ball's moved out. There's Baker again. He's played well, easily gets around Avery. Passes the ball off. But the pass nowhere near as good as his sidestep. And Big Worcester's got it again. He's been a thorn on their side. I know he wants to play a big one today. Dan, he's been one of his bugbears that he hasn't played well against Rupp. and I think he's pretty fired up. He's besting ground by a mile in the second semi, and so far today he's been a very important player.
Been a great performer in the finals this season, Big Worder. I think he wants to answer a few critics this season, and the way he started today with his height and strength, it seems as if he might. And there's another one on the board for 20 and for Worder. Good hard work by the Bombers. Come back for another bounce. Robbie Avery there. Danny Hughes in the background there. Very athletic player. Going to watch that leap as the day goes on. Here's a bounce. Wiedemann crashes through. 20 gets a knock. Cleared by Rupp. Whitaker up. Good reach. Everard again. Racking up the possessions. Kicks wide. He's out of bounds on the full. Kick for a penalty. Paddy Leonard takes a mark. Oh, bad chip over. Ball contested. Avery, quick hands out, very sharp. Kimbo, another quick handball. Meany kicks out of the mid-air. Here's Jamie Britton, use that pace. Bustled out of the way. Baker gets a hand out. Ruppies with room to move now, but a great smother by Grant Meany. Over on the wing. Jones again wins a tap. Kimbo, quick kick out. Eludes the Quantong forwards. Jamie pressures Tommy Tyler there. Ball in dispute again. There'll be a bounce. Jamie Britton, of course, played a great game in last year's grand final. Ripped him up with his pace. Rupanyup clears. Evans, danger man. Oh, Meany, beautifully met, beautifully judged. Perhaps Evans took the eyes off the ball there for a fraction of a second as Meany attacked. Baker clears again on that left foot. Ricky Price lunging for the smother there. Great feature of his game. Joffer Allen clears again. Price again. Kimbo chips it out. And there'll be a throw in over on the grandstand side. Avery up. Top ruckman. Jones, quick hands out to Kimbo again. Lynn does well to keep the ball down. Great tap on. Paddy Leonard. Oh, good dodge. There's a whistle on play. Big kick to Morgan. Gary Hurley getting up quite slowly off the turf there. There's Brendan Everard again. Left foot kick. Lynn contests well. Meany, another kick out of mid-air. There's Danny Hughes. Jack McGee in there working hard for the ball. It's a bounce. Jones wins again. Wiedemann handballs over his shoulder. And out of bounds again. Rupp really battling now to get into attack. Quantong's half-back line. Wingers are holding up the play. Good pressure. And there's the quarter-time siren. Scores are locked at 3-3 all. Rupanyup perhaps a little bit disappointed with that, with a very strong wind. There's Digger Schwage peering out of the scoreboard as players go to the huddles for the quarter-time break.
Yes, big quarter for Quantong there to some of the Quantong hierarchy. Melly Wyeth, Melly Kerr and Fox Avey, chairman selectors. Young Ali Flack wandering about there. I think they look pretty happy with settings so far, but scores got to be put on the board. 3 goals, 3 each at quarter time. Bree's still a factor. Craig Evans is going to have to do a lot this quarter. I think he's the key to it. If he can cut loose, Rupanyup may have a chance to stay in the game. But the whole thing is Rupanyup's got to start going in a little bit harder, I feel. They've cleared that. Great tackle by Kimberley. Well done. Allows Avery to pick the ball up. Get a kick in. It's only travelled about 20 metres. It's a good tackle by Everard. Jones is in hard again. He's got the free. He tries to play on, but he's just a bit too late. Off the ball. Big Jones has got it. Should go long. It does so. It's a nice kick. Into the big fella down there, Paddy Leonard. Overruns the ball. Great smother by Wapple in. Pressure put on again. Jamie Britton should have been in a bit harder there. Big Wapple clears the ball. Danny Hughes, well tackled by Rupanyup. They're starting to employ some of Quanty's hard tackling tactics. Ball's cleared out by Baker, easily Rupanyup's best player at this stage. Ewan comes in, put under pressure by Jack McGee, and the ball's out. It's on the attacking side for Quantong on their forward flank. At 65 metres out from goal. Jones moves him to do battle with Wiedemann. Ball's cleared out the back. Everyone overruns it. Baker once again. Over to Tyler. Run the wrong way. I get away from Whopper. Jack McGee gets away with the head-eye tackle. Big Wee gets rid of it. Didn't want to be tackled, I don't think. Should have been a free kick to Oscar. Put himself in and got one head-eye. Jonesy takes it now. First in for the ball, Quantong. Turner stands in mark. I see Danny's on the ball now, Turner. I think he should have been on there right from the start. If he's going to be a coach, he's either got to make up his mind, he's either fit enough to play or not. Poor kick. Tyler's got it. Goes across field. This is dangerous. Mickey Price is out there, as I mentioned, that first quarter, one of the best marks for his size in the league. He wasn't going to drop that. Bit agitated there too, Rick. He doesn't usually get too fired up on the field. But it's the grand final. Best on the ground last year. Received the medal from the league. Worthy recipient. Goes back to have his shot. That goal kicking, not being one of his 4 days he's missed. Still, bad turnover by Rupanyup. Could be a sign of things to come. It's 3-4 to 3-3. Tyler goes to bring the ball back in. It's a better kick. Lingham, he's been very quiet. Picks it up. Awkward kick. Price cuts it off again. Starting to cause a real amount of danger for Rupanyup. The ball goes out of bounds. Wilson just suggesting perhaps he should have centred the ball. Stands the mark. The big fella. Stevenson kicks the ball in. And to no effect whatsoever. It's out of bounds on the full. And Price takes yet another kick. 3 kicks in less than a minute, I'd say, for Price. Pass into Everard, very effective. Everard usually uses the ball well, very skillful player. Waiting for his options, sizing things up. Kicks long in the direction of the big fellow, Worcester, and he's got it. Great mark out in front. 4 Rupanyup fellas, and all they can do is look on in despair. Too big, too strong. He goes back. Takes his time with it. There's his bread and butter out here in front. Wind behind him. Distance shouldn't problem. Comes in looking very confident. Puts it on its way. Umpire gets the easy job again. Nods the head. And Quanty go on to 4-4. 28. And still on 3-3, 21. This is the time, Dan, when I think a few of the Rupp fellas have got to put their hand up and decide whether they want this game or not, because it's starting to slip away. As I said, the pressure's been on right from the start, and they've just got to put their hand up and say that, well, yes, I do want it or not. There's Turner going off the ball again, and I'm a bit worried about that one.
Certainly, as you said, Rob, they've got to mirror the Quantong game, the Rappies. Got to get in there hard for that ball. They come up for the bounce again. It's an infringement. Looks like there's going to be a kick. Going the way of Rupanyup. Someone had their foot over the line. Wiedemann to take the kick. As I look downfield, goes long. Nice ball by Lukey Price. Tapped on by Hughes. Kimberley does well to punch it on. Hurdy meets the ball hard. Takes a bounce. Oh, but she's gone astray. Recovers well. Gets her hand out. Avery out of trouble. Showing a bit of dash for an old bloke. And there's Danny Hughes. Danger man on the wing. Oh, kicks into the man on the mark. Baker shrugs off the tackle and clears. Ricky Price again. Kicks off the ground. Creative kick. And he's found Paddy Leonard. With a British Bulldog in the forward line. Been a real dynamo for Quantong all year. Great balance over the ball. Never says die. And he's a long kick of the ball. Quite a prodigious kick. And strong legs. Kicks that one. Offline. Luder up the back. Takes it. Quite an unlikely mark over the Rupanyup boys.
Once again, they're down 4 players around him. They couldn't get a hand on it.
They're showing a great deal of strength. And he dearly loved to kick this one. Put the Connie boys a little further ahead. In this crucial second quarter. Runs around onto the left foot. Across the face. Out of bounds. Umpire Franz Terzi. Whistles are out. Whopper takes the mark. Rupanyup kick. Over towards Jones. Turner foxes the ball. Kicks it off. Under pressure. Meany buses Morgan out of the way. Recovers well. Hand off. Nonganee sees it out of play. The Rupanyup boys will want to make something out of this. Morgan under pressure again. Jack McGee picks it up. Quick hands. Foster crashes through. Danny Hughes smothered. Jack again. Gets the kick away this time. Paddy bustles. Baker again. Spears the kick forward. And there's Grant Meany again. Sure hands. Beautiful one. Very clean, skilled play. Sends the Bombers forward. There's Big Wooder. Thought he might have been pushed himself there, but the umpies ruled the other way. So the big fellow will have to be content to stand on the mark. Just talking to the boys around him there.
Just a bit of skill shown by Keith in the background there. I noticed a deft foot passing.
Wooder crashing into his opponent there. Point to the Bombers. They got a 4-4. 4-5 that is, sorry. Rupanyup 3-3. 4-5-29. Rupanyup 3-3. Stick Turner again taking the kick out. There he goes, the long left foot. Dangerous territory of Tom Jones there. Gets a big punch out. Connie boys still in attack. Avery up the back of the pack there. Rupanyup over the top. Paddy Leonard, here he goes. Left foot. Oh, he's jagged. That's a great goal for the Bombers. Paddy showcasing his skills there. The boys getting in together. Bit of encouragement there. Good to see. They might be picked on a bit of a roll now, the lads. 5-5-35. We're up 3-3. Connie establishing a good break, which Rupanyup might battle to reel in. 10 minutes gone. 8 or 10 minutes gone in the quarter. And the Rappies will need something. Jones grabs the ball out. Great work. Avery couldn't quite grab it. E1 kicks. Meany spoils. Oscar McGee boys through. Well done, Paddy Leonard. Knocked it into the path of Jamie Britton, but out of bounds.
Gary Hurley down. I don't think he should be on the field there. There's another injured player Rupp's got out there. Always a bit worried when you come into a grand final for 4 or 5 injured fellas.
Yes, you can't afford to rob. The pressure really shows them up, and it occurs to me that there's a lot of veterans in that Rupanyup side. Great players, but The pressure of finals can really test them out. Free kick to the Quantong boys.
Evans unsided down at this stage.
Yeah, Clary Everard doing a great job shutting him out of the game. It's the big nut. Hurdy to take the kick. Stands well back from the mark. Trademark of his shooting for goal this season. Runs in about 40 yards before he kicks the ball. Here he goes. Sends it on his way and he's hooked it badly. Quantong boys, 5-6-36. Rupanyup 3-3. Baker again. Ricky Price sees it out of bounds. Oh, there's an infringement there. Avery stands tall on the mark. No fuss there. Baker's kick. Finds Stevenson. Considers a handball, but he's going back for a kick. A nice mark, Blocky Lingham. They want to see him in the game, the Ruppies. Well done, Joffrey Allen, good pressure. Turner shows his pace, former Wimbledon League representative. Goes into the shepherd of Meany. Morgan grabs a vacant ball, kicks it forward. O'Connor in front and Ricky Price at the back of the pack. Clearing handball. Here's Turner. He's a danger man. Ducks one way, ducks another. Over onto the left foot, onto the right. Looks good. It's a magnificent goal. Craig Turner. Player of the day, that one.
It's player of the day, Dan, certainly, but it was Craig Evans. And I don't think Shorty want you taking that bit of glory away from him there. It was a great goal on the boundary line. And the score is 5-3 to 4-6. 5-6 4-3, sorry. 5-6 4-3. It's a 9-point lead to Quantong. There's a much needed goal by Rupanyup. And that could be a team lifter. Such a good goal. Avery just pointing out there that Rupanyup had one too many in the square. And the resultant free kick to Quantong. Rupanyup can ill afford that sort of thing. I noticed today, Dan, that the umpires have been making a point of getting in quick after goals and getting the ball bounced. Kimberley clears the ball well. Worcester this time was right. He's been pushed in the back. He goes back, gives the umpire a bit of a wave. Some people and members of the crowd not too happy with the decision, but that's the way it goes. It's been done and that's it. Worcester goes back. He's gone a long way back. Perhaps taking a leaf out of Big Hurdy's book. But we know he's a mammoth kick of the ball. Comes in, approaches the 50-metre line. He's about 53 metres out by the look of that, and look at the size of that kick. That's a brilliant kick by Worcester, straight through. They move on to 6-6. 42. They nip on 4-3. Quickly answered. Quickly answered goal by Quantong there. Rupanyup, can they answer the challenge? I see Turner's moved onto the ball. It's something he's going to have to do. They've got to have their best players on there. It's been mentioned far and wide that Rupanyup's got 5 or 6 really good players and they fall away, and that's sort of why I thought Turner couldn't afford to be on that forward line. He's obviously one of their best players. The ball's put down. Jones wins again. Turner does well. It's out to Sauce Morgan. Williams got it. Breaks the tackle. Long handball but lacking direction. It's been the trademark of his game today. Whitaker, great handball out to experienced Joffrey Allen. Under the pressure, he couldn't hit his mark. Sauce Morgan's got down the forward flank. It's up forward. Wants to go to, there's a free kick gone missing. Evans should have got that one for head-high tackle. Pressures once again. Quantong back line. He looks around. He's stirring his players up. Making sure no one forgets the game plan. Put down, umpire Dummersby bounces. Jones gets it out. Avery clears. It's straight to Stevenson. Bird not happy with being shepherded out. The ball's kicked down. Oscar McGee, dogged player, keeps it in. There's a good effort from where he was under pressure. Once again, Stevenson's got it. Rupp starting to show a bit more heart here. Not much direction though. They just haven't got that big forward like Quantong and Worcester. Good effort by Berry. Ball's tapped out and Avery cuts front high from cross. Could be a payback for something that happened in the second semi. Okay, he's not too happy with the treatment handed out. Avery takes the leaf out of Worcester's book and gives the umpire away. Let's look downfield. So it's 6-6 to 4-3. Bit of a low on the game so far. Hurd can't get in close enough. Good tackle though. Put the pressure on. It's been deemed too high. And Dunlop will have it. I just sense, Dan, that this is the point of the game where Rupp's got to get 2 or 3 goals on the board, or else they're going to be in trouble.
So they've got to make something, Rob. It's gone forward. There's been an infringement. Leaky Price shakes his head in dismay. Encouraging word from Jeff Allen. Always there with constructive advice, Joffa, and he's a man to listen to. He's played a lot of footy, a lot of good footy. Wiedemann lines up. He's offline. One behind. Rupanyup 4-4-28. Quantong 6-6-42. Allen to clear the ball. Great grab, Kimbo in front of the pack there. Nice pass off to Ricky Price, the dasher. Sends the Bombers forward. Covered 2/3 of the ground. Baker again, he's racking up possessions in the back line there. Playing a bit of a lone hand, perhaps.
Could be his last game today too, Dan.
Jones, hands of stone, fine mark. Goes wide to the flank. Wapalin in the action. Nice safe mark. He's just heading off the ground there, back over to the interchange bench. Came into the play. Spears Quanty forward. Jamie Britton. Baker a bit tall and strong. Hands off quickly. And there's Morgan again. Jones chops a push. Oh, does well to trap the ball. Taps it out to Kimberley. Very constructive work with the hands, Tomboy, all day. Hurdy whistles hard. Stevenson clears with a hand. Baker slips. Ralph Ashenden straight on the ground. Gets nailed straight away. Caught with the ball, Ralph. Welcome onto the field. Baker clears. Ricky Price, good punch. Larry Everard on the move. Kicks it in. Bouncing ball. Keep trickling. Word of Shepherds. It's a goal. Great bit of running play there by Quantong. Cut Rupanyup off midfield and speared it back into attack. Quantong 7-6-48. Rupanyup 4-4-28. Establishing a solid lead here, Robbie.
Yeah, a lot of heads down for Rupp around the ground there, Dan. I think their biggest point at the moment is they just haven't got a leader, whereas Kimberley has shown the way for Quantong. Rupanyup just haven't got anyone.
Jones, great worker on the ball, unchanged thus far this game. Wins the tap again. Big saw, Hurdy beautifully met Craig Evans there. Bit of a roar from the crowd. Avery gets the kick away. Hurd came thundering in from centre half forward there. Paddy Leonard couldn't quite grab it. Big Werder comes through as his opponents topple. Through for a point. Quantong 7-7-49. Rupanyup 4-4-28. Perhaps the game's getting away from the Rubbies. Craig Evans still a bit, shows a bit of discomfort after that knock from Hurdy.
It was a very solid bump there. That was well done.
There he is, the big fella in the action again. Does very well to recover off the ground. Screwed the ball back. Bit of a roar from the crowd, but only a point. Of course, a great feature of Adrian's game, the way he can recover on the ground, shows great speed and agility for a big man. Baker clears. Lingham over Danny Hughes. Oh, Grant Meaney, fine mark again. Plenty of options, goes long. Looks for Wooder. Off hands. Rupp's clear, oh, not a good kick. Goes wide.
Billy's not fit then.
Tenny Hughes valiantly attempts to keep the ball in, taps it in, but rebounds off Rupanyup opponent's leg. Jones sets himself. Crashington reads the play well. Chips it out, but it's all Rupanyup. Oh, they've crashed into each other. Paddy Leonard's made something out of nothing there. Crashed through. Kimbo over to Ricky Price. Another point. The Quantong boys are peppering the goals. 7-9, 51. Rupanyup 4-4-28. Quantong boys appear to be linking up very well, running into attack. Quick hands, making the space. Rupanyup kick out again. Kimberley does well to spoil. Out of bounds. Flash Kimberley's played very well late in the season. He's really been a big winner for the Bomber boys. Shows great mobility, great experience. Bit of toughness around the packs. Evans kicks. Danny Hughes, one-on-one. Oh, clever work. Meany couldn't quite grab it. Does well to keep possession there. Desperately tries to get it out. Great bit of work. Kept the ball in the Quantong attack. Bit of advice from the crowd there.
Yeah, but Goff Thompson's not going to fall for that one from Glenn Balding. One of the oldest tricks in the book. The grand final.
Rupanyup kick. Under pressure again, and it's out of bounds. Up for the ruck. Chops Dunlop wins the tap, but Kimberley again. His kick finds Tyler. Rupanyup veteran. Avery sets himself. Joffre Allen over the back. McGee kicks. Oh, Herdia. Before acceptances, taps it over to Wooster, and the big fella dashes into the goals. He's banged another one home. Another great piece of running play. Quantong boys go to 8-9-57. Rupanyup 4-4-28. 4 goals, 5 break now.
No answer for Worcester down forward, Dan. They've had time and time again, they've had 2 and 3 on him. That time they had no one on him, so I don't think the last tactic's going to work too well for him. 24-minute mark, and Quantong's got 5 goals, nearly 6 goals up their sleeve. It shows a big deal of trouble for Rupanyup, I think.
Particularly hard to cover Worcester, Robbie, when he's showing such dash in the forward line. There's the bounce. Jones again wins the tack. Quantong go forward. Kimberley with pace. There he is. Oh, the handball was smothered. Kane Farnsworth on the ground, another one of the college boys. There's Evans, kicks. Joffre Allen sets himself. Punches his hand there, but disappointed to miss that mark. He was under a lot of pressure. Everard at the back. Weaves his way through the pack. Artful dodger, Everard. Tommy Tyler again. Herdy gives him one in the tummy for his trouble. Nonganee one. Hurried kick. Jones up, spoils. Turner. There's Morgan. Nice little dodge. But his kick has found the ever-reliable Joffre in the background. Oh, he's going across the goals there. It's okay. It's Jack McGee. Always under pressure. Well smothered by the Ruppies. Jack's working hard. 3 opponents. In comes brother Oscar. Jack works hard to see it out of bounds. Joffre Allen just going to switch the play there. Open it right up. Didn't quite come off. Jack cops a push in the back. Kimbo bores through with a great shepherd, Boogie O'Connor. Evans in there again. Kimberley attempts to kick it off the ground. Evans sees it over the boundary. Jones wins a tap. A good tap on Jack McGee. And there's that sign, number 3. Go McGee, the McGee clan over there on the fence. Number 3, of course, Oscar. Jack wearing the number 30. Goes on the left foot. Herdy gets a thump. There's an infringement. Not too happy. bit dismayed. Lingham to take the kick. From the centre. Oh, great mark, Robbie Avery. Very strong mark in front of the pack. Everyone crashes down on top of him, including the ruckman. Avery, a very clever player in that regard. Drops back, cuts the play off across the half-back line there. Well known for his strong high-marking prowess. Kicks forward. Paddy Leonard works hard against a couple of opponents and gets the knockout. There's Tommy Tyler again, getting a lot of kicks this quarter. Battles out. Knee one. Morgan. Can't quite get a fingertip to it. Danny Hughes clears. There's Hurdy with space. Bustle's out of trouble. Kimbo, good tap on. Paddy Farnsworth in the action. Ricky Price kicks in. And there's a big fella Wooter again. 1-on-1. There's no way they'll match him. Too big and strong. He goes back for another kick. The big fella must be lapping this up, Robbie.
I think he's lined up for number 6 here, Dan, and that's a fair effort before half-time. Quanty's only kicked the 8. Once again, now Clyde wants to move. It's through. Quanty moves on to 9-9, 63. And Rupp haven't scored for a long time, 4-4-28. They had that little bit of a burst, and it's sort of taken it out of them, I think. I can't see them getting back from here unless they go in half-time, regroup, show a bit more endeavour, change their game plan around a bit. They haven't been very inventive at all so far. A few moves made by Coach Kimberley before the game, most of them have worked. Jones gets up at Morgan over the top. Ball's clear long. Oscar McGee, too strong for him, moves the ball on the moon. He's played a good game so far. Paddy Leonard's starting to come into his own now. Centres the ball. Paul Aston can't hold on. It's Kane Farnsworth. That's a good handball over the top. Leonard lines him up and he makes no mistake. First in for the ball, Quanty. Using the ball well. Cohesive teamwork. Rupp seemed to have to slam the ball in the boot, whereas Quanty, they get under pressure, there's always someone running past. The game plan is just coming to fruition so far, and I can't see Rupanyup getting back unless they can change their game plan completely around and start to use their teammates running past. They seem to have lost all endeavour at this stage, but it's not half-time yet in the grand final and things have changed before, and they could today. Cross gone on the ball in the middle there. Plenty of Brimley experience. He might be able to give him a boost. Everard thumps the ball on. He's completely taken Evans out of the game. He heard he moves it on. Baker throwing away their best player. At the Lingham. A good pass to E1. He's tried hard so far. As look downfield, once again the same problem, Dan. There's no underhand ball, it's just a long kick. And they haven't got the marking power, so they've got to realise that's not their game. They've been just shut down the running regard, and as far as kicking long go, they're not going to win if they keep it up. Evans out the back there. Clary's kept him very quiet. Jones fakes, does well. Kicks the ball on. He's played a strong game, Jones. He heard he takes the mark. Goes back once again. He knows he'll get the distance. Just a matter of straightening him up. Leaving him on the mark. He's struggling with the big knee injury there. Kimbo comes in, settling down.
Hurdy, of course, with something of a new look against Rupanyup. I think the last time he played them, he had the bald head. He's got a bit of hair this time.
I think Ninja Turtles was used in last year's grand final. I can't see him being called that today. He sliced this one off the side of the boot. And Quanty move on to 10-10, 70 to 4-4. So it's a decisive lead. Before half-time. Tyler goes wide. Lingham moves in. Mark's under pressure. Goes back and once again has to kick long. Good mark by Morgan. Looks downfield. No one leading, so it's a long kick again. Ball's kicked in. No one punches well. Ball scramble. Oscar goes through. Shows him how to get through a pack. Great kick down to his brother. Handball at Avery. He kicks short. Jones moves it well. Avery keeps running, kicks the ball long. 1 2 on 1. It'll be hard pressed to beat him though. 3 on 1 now, he's still going. He's up. It's after him again. Farnsworth comes to give him a hand. There's Jones. Great endeavour by Quantong there. Big Dunlop Scotty doesn't know where to go. Pressure's on them. And they're fumbling. Just can't get the ball away. Worried look on Tyler there. Rupanyup veteran. He's played in 3 grand finals for up before this one. Hasn't lost. Hasn't tasted defeat. Rupanyup's never lost in a grand final. They're hoping to keep their proud record going today. And she gets the ball out. His cross man's with league experience. Gets a little pass into Baker. Playing a great game for him. Goes across the ground. Craig Morgan's got it. Tries a bit of fancy stuff. It won't work on Ricky. He's got plenty of experience and Price hits the ball out of bounds. Happy to see it over there. Let Quantong regroup. They're attacking. In the forward flank. Kimberley has to take the ruck and he even wins that. Heard's in doing the roving work. Bit of a change around there. Price moves the ball out. Avery gets bundled out of the road by Turner. In comes McGurn. There's a half-time siren. Great half by Quantong. Completely outclassed them. 10-10 to 4-4. That quarter went for 32 minutes. It's 10-10, 70 Quantong. 4-4 Rupanyup, 28. Yep. A big half by Quantong. The pressure was too much for Rupanyup in that half, but as I said before, things can change. Here we are. The boys have been in, they've had their rest. Quantong were laid out onto the ground. They were a good 3 to 4 minutes behind Rupanyup. Whether it was a ploy by Kimberley or not, we're not sure, but everything's in readiness for the big second half. This is Rupanyup's do or die here. They've got the breeze. They'll need, I'd say, 8 to 9 goals without Quantong scoring to have a chance. It's not much of a bounce. Evans gets up, dumps the ball on. He needs to lift. So does Linger. Meets the ball well. Kicks around the shoulder. McGee's keeping the pressure on. There's that one. Great tackle again. Morgan goes for the 3, but no. Once again, you can see the pressure there from Quantong's evident. Dummersby moves in. Says it's mine. Avery late on the scene. Jones looks around. Wins number 55 tab out. McGee. Well done. Clears the ball out to the wing. Farnsworth puts the pressure on and the ball goes over the batting line for throw in. Just on Rupanyup's side of the wing. Grandstand side. Jones moves in again. Allen over the top. There's Everard. He's kept Evans out of the game. Evans starting to limp now. I didn't see what happened to him, but I see he's got his knee heavily strapped. Price picks up well. Kicks long down the forward line. There's Big Hurdy. He's got it. A bit too much pace. Gets it on the left. Cross goes Breton. Makes him look like they're standing still. Runs into open goal. He's missed it. He should have really put the sealer on there. 28 minutes of scoring. They're at 10-11, 71. Rupp haven't scored since about the 12-minute mark of the second quarter, and they're 4-4, 28. Dunlop down to fullback now. Worcester's got another opponent, kicking 6 in the first half. Dunlop kicks out line. Jones, great mark. He's played a top game. Taken on 3 or 4 ruck opponents. Gets it over to Hughes. He's played well on the wing. He's had a good final series. Goes back to that kicking style. Very effective. Kicks long. Big Worcester's up. Dunlop does well to score it. Leonard rows well. There's Tyler. He's played a good game. Reads the ball well. Kicks out long. Hughes. Not paid the mark. Still battling away for it. And Weideman. Be a good duel. There's Everard. Done a good job. And ball scrambled over the boundary line. There's Stevenson. He's tried well. Two boys need to lift. Big Weideman, Evans haven't been sighted. Baker's played an excellent game. Reading up on the ball now, or might be on a wing. I think that's the effort to get Allen away from fullback. Baker sees the ball down in the centre line. Met well by Cross. Farnsworth just puts the pressure on. Makes the kick miss his target. Turner off the ground. Kicks the ball down long. Turner has had to be their most effective forward, I suppose, at this stage. They need to get some goals and they need them quickly. Price humps the ball. Good thump. Over the boundary line. It's holding Kai up. One will regroup in that back line. Ball's in there again. Price held on to. Good tackle by Allen. Ball's held to him. Comes and he moves in to bounce it again. Connie shut down their forward line very well today. Price up. Ball's going nowhere. Handed out well. Kimberley's got crossed just a little bit too high. He'll go back and have a shot. He'll struggle from this distance. Anything over 30, get out across his range in the latter years of his career. Used to be a top rower for Stall, represented the Wimmera League, won the Stall best and fairest. But he's getting towards the end. Comes in on the 50-metre mark, looks at striving for distance, and it's out of bounds on the 4. So Rupanyup stay on 4-4, 28, trailing Quantong 10-11, 71. Allen's got the ball. 20 leads. Jack McGee's directing traffic a bit. Experienced player. Allen kicks in. Jones sees the ball over the boundary line. Rupp got to get a move on here. As I said, they need those 8 or 9 goals. That win's not getting any less. 20 numbers around the ball. It's not suiting Rupanyup's quick running style. Price humps the ball again. Another 20-metre thump. Playing well. A bloke of his junior years. Big future ahead of him. Over he comes again. Another 20-metre thump. This time it's read well by Baker. Gets around Avery. Over to Morgan. Too much pressure for him. He doesn't like it. Good tackle by the Rupanyup players. In we go again. There's McGee once again in the bottom of the pack with Hughes. You see it time and time again, Dan. The Quantong boys are down on the bottom of the pack. It'll be 2 and 3 and Rupp standing outside waiting for the easy ball. There's Evans. Pressure from Everard though. Off the ground again by Price. Third through. Wiedemann had a bit of a go for him there, but he wants to show more aggression towards the ball, I think. Good mark by Stevenson. He hasn't done too bad, but here's Baker. A bad bounce, the ball held up on him. Met by Ovie. Jones in, well done again by Baker though. Out to Wiedemann. Kimberley in the sets. And Price once again. Sees it out. Over the boundary line. He's playing a good game in this ball early on Price. William goes through hard, but he's met well again by Price. Ball's out to him. We'll have another ball up. No, the ball's been paid back to Price. Free kick for holding the ball. Kimberley wanted to play on, but was after the play called by Dumsney. Price looking for options. Kicks long. Big Jones has got it. Done a great job here. Didn't get away for that time. Danny Hughes. Handballs over to Morgan, but it didn't matter at all. The ball went out in the full and he gets another chance now. Goes back and looks for his options. Kicks long. Lingham thumps towards the boundary line. But Rupp are going to have to show a bit of spark down there, just not showing the will to win that they'll need if they're going to get over Quantong with this big lead they have.
As Hughes kicks the ball under pressure. And again, off the turf. Stevenson leads Britain in the race for the ball. Jamie, good pressure, attempts to keep it in. Good crowd in the background there. Bit of one-way traffic at the moment. They're hoping the Ruppers will get back into it too. They want to see a bit of level pegging here. Price attempts to smother. And the ball out of bounds again on the wing. Young Luke really coming to the fore this quarter, using his height and his leap. Son of a 300 gamer Gary and one of the famous Price clan out of Quantong. As Evans takes the ball off the back of the pack, handballs into the middle of the ground. Paddy Farnsworth misses a kick off the ground. Aves in the hard. Bit of an infringement there, perhaps. A little bit high. Helps his opponent up off the ground, but there's going to be a bounce up. Off down his knee. Freeman over the top. Kick smothered. Hopper Redding. Oscar McGee back. Nearly crashed into the brothers yet. Kicks out. Finds Kimbo. He's on the move again. Showing a great deal of dash. Ricky Price in the action. Paddy Leonard bores through. Nice little chip. Fatty Farnsworth on the chest. He's on the move looking for options. They'll need to find someone. Fatty chips off. And there's Paddy again. Goes on the left boot, zigzagging around to the forward line, and look, they've turned it over. Morgan clears for Rupanyup. Wasted opportunity there for Quantong. Paddy Leonard goes hard for the big cap. Sees it out of bounds. Great bit of work. Cramping up a bit there, but it looks. He's won some pretty tough knocks this year, Paddy, and towards the end of the season, he's had a couple of injuries. Tomboy, great hands, out of the, plucks it out of the air, over to Coach Kimbo. 2 bounces from the old fella. Bit of a balk, handball over, great work, over to Hurdy. That's a goal for the, oh no, it's a point. Offline. Very sharp work there, Quantong 10-12-72, Rupanyup 4-4-8. 28, pardon me. Chopsy Dunlop kicks it in. Ricky Price up for the punch again. Early on the dash. Hands it over. Finds Paddy again, racking up the possessions. Looks like he's kicked another point.
Ricky Price's aerial work for little blokes excellent, Dan.
Yeah, the defensive side of his game, punching and the tap-ons, all that sort of stuff, magnificent. A real model for younger players, Ricky. Hopper Redding eludes Ricky Price. Oh, great tackle by Danny Hughes. Brought his opponent down as he was on the move. Made something out of nothing, Danny, as he runs away from his opponents, clears the ball. And there he is again, crashing through. Fatty Farnsworth in the action. Great work, young Dan, son of Bear. Bit of hustle and bustle there, chesting up. Hurdy wears a big grin. He's done well this year. Copped a lot of attention, but he's learnt to laugh at him. Avery punch out. Covers up again. Everard. Kick off the ground by Rupp. Morgan under pressure. Over to his brother. Quick handball out. McGee crashing through again. Morgan again off the ground. Got to get their hands on the ball, these ruggies. That stout Quantong defence proving very strong again. Oh, Jones, great tap out to Lukey Price. He's got pace. Good clean pickup. Nice kick up field. Out of bounds on the full. Wiedemann on the move. Rupanyup forward line, last line of defence. Juddy Whittaker gets hammered. Whistle on play. Jack McGee remonstrates. Free kick for Rupp. Coach Craig Turner to take the kick. And Stickle desperately want to kick a goal here for his side.
Turner's lined up for his 3rd goal. That's only effective forward. Put it through. There's no worries at all. He can kick them goals, Dan.
This is a fine player when he's on the move. So that's Rupp's first goal in a very long time. 5-4. 5-4-34. Quantong 10-13-73. Rupanyup still got a lot of work to do if they want to get in this game. 10 minutes gone in the 3rd quarter. Make that 12 or 13.
You're going to need about another 7 or 8, Dan. I can't see it happening.
Yeah, Quantong boys well on top. A fierce and committed side. showing a great deal of togetherness on the team, on the field too, which is great. Jones again in the ruck. Lionhearted performance today. Avery gets a kick on the left. Jamie Britton does well to spoil on the ground where he loves it best. Picks it up. Great skills. Gives it back in the left. Paddy Farnsworth under pressure. Flanagan, handball. Danny Hughes.
The winning ticket in the raffle was orange ticket B19.
Bit of a buzz around the crowd. The raffle's on.
To win the raffle, Dan?
I missed out on that one yet again. Out of bounds. Franz Terzi to throw the ball in. 30 up, but he's swamped by Rupanyup opponents. He'll take the free. Got the front position and came cannoning into his back there. He'll go long. Looks for his options. Flash Kimberley as well to recover. Slips. Taps it back in. Tommy Tyler. And Kimberley again. Jamie Britton taps it on. Into the path of Paddy Leonard. Shows great desperation. And there's Avery. Jags it back on the right foot. Over to Fatty Farnsworth. Couldn't quite grab it. Evans limping there. Oh, Brendan Everard, great skills, the artful dodgers. He gets around onto his left foot. Hooks it back in beautifully to Paddy Leonard. Quantong forward line, again showing great desperation there to keep the ball in. Hustling their opponents, spilling the ball free under the flanks. And hopefully the result will be a goal here for the Quantong boys. Paddy Leonard, prodigious kick, lines up, runs right around onto the right side and has kicked it where he was running to. He's kicked the point. Bombers go to 10-14-74. Rupanyup 5-4-34. Chops Dunlop to kick out for Rupanyup. Ricky Price up again. Farnsworth. Hand over to Baker. Kicks long. A great grab, Morgan.
Quiet, Dan.
Switches a play over to Mopper Redding. He's on the move. Drives it forward. Panthers will want a goal. Through the hands of the pack there. Umpire looked a little uncertain, but he's given it a point. Touched off hands. Rupanyup 5-5-35. Quantong 10-14-74. Allen kicks in. Danny Hughes really coming alive on that wing, covering a great deal of territory. Kicks long. Tom Jones sets himself. Spoiled from behind. Hughes again. Big thump. Meaning. Good hands. McGee. Over to Avery on the left. Oh, someone's down there. Jamie Britton, is it? Tommy Tyler with the ball. Propels for Rupanyup. Ricky Price, great mark on the wing. Harry kick back. Kimberley a space, but the ball bounces awkwardly, out of bounds. Right near the coach's box.
Kimberley had a clear run to goal there, Dan. If that had bounced his way, it would have been all over, I'd say. Goes through again. Wiedemann reads ball off the pack. Needs to lift. O'Connor, he's had 3 opponents so far. He's kept them all down. He's probably had 2 kicks on him for the day, O'Connor. Everard just sees it over. He's got Craig Evans measured today. He's done it in the second semi. He's done it again today. Ball's left for Baker over the back. Wiedemann comes in, thumps it forward. Morgan meets it well. Can't pick it up. Jack McGee's trying to scramble it out of the pack. Morgan clears it. Oscar McGee showing great determination. Dives on the ball. Clears it. But they can't get out. Scrambling in that pack. Ball's finally pushed forward by Sauce Morgan. Berry comes in. And then many touches. Turner tries to get it. There's Clary. He's everywhere today. He pushes the ball through. A great team effort. Rupp struggle on to 5-6, 36, 10-14, 74. But one gets the feeling, Dan, that it's just not going to be enough. You can see Quantong coming over with a wet sail unless Rupp can do something, turn the game over. He takes a mark over Evans. Goes back. He wants to get the ball moving quickly though. He's holding on to it too long. Kicks out onto the wing. Jamie Britton. As Dan said, he loves it when it's on the green. He's just too quick for him. Too slick. Picks it up in one motion, away he goes. Kicks the ball along Hampshire. Great pressure by Worcester. He's done all the team things today. There he goes again. Good hands. Costa Britton on the move. Here's the big fella. Good pressure though. Good pressure there. Lost it off. 30 still gets the ball out. There's Tyler. And a good job. He's caught there. And there's much difference between that one and Turner down there when he's caught. When he held on to Whittaker. But there you go. They said it different ways. It may have been a different umpire. He's called the bounce. A few tired boys there on both sides. And the crowd looks on the hill. Woodhouse gets across. Tyler under pressure. And he's put it out in the crowd. Mickey Price has got it. A difficult shot there into that breeze. He's on the wrong side. I think the centering option might be the way to go. He looks, it's all covered. He's decided he's going to have a shot. If you're going to have a shot, that's the way to do it. Make your mind up and then go. It's gone across the face. They push it through, and Worcester lets him know he's not too happy about it because he wanted to have a shot for goal. You out of your league there, Tommy. Just leave it alone and get on with the game, mate. Rupp looking a bit tired there, Dan. I said there's 3 or 4 just walking around their heads down instead of getting out and making leads. Then it's not the way to go when you're 8 goals down. The breeze is behind you. William does well. This fella could give him a spark. There's a shot, bounced the wrong side though, 3-foot point. He's just the sort of fella who could come on the Queen and kick 4 or 5 quick runs. I think they should have had him on right from the start in the second quarter. And they go into 5-7, 37, just under halfway. Quanti's 10-15, 75. So they're going to have to double their score on what they've done in 2 3/4. They're going to have to do in 1 1/4. Allen kicks out, he's used the ball well. There's Hughes. He's a good man. Kicks the ball on. McGee. Oh no, where's Jack going? He's gone into the centre. He's not too happy with the look on his face. Going straight to Lingham. Lingham moves the ball on quickly. Avery gets the hand out. Ricky Price and Jack breathes a sigh of relief on the other side of the ground. Intelligent play by Ricky. He had nothing up forward. He's just put the ball out. It's well done. So it's Quantong once again moving the ball out of their back line. Their back line's done a sterling job today. 10-15, 5-7. Over double the score. Ashton gets in. Couldn't quite get over it. Ricky's there. He got no ball. He'll go back and take the free. Quantong's to stop running past that hand Dan as they're doing in the first half. They want to get that game going again. Good punch by Whittaker. Tyler had the box seat there and he's knocked the ball out of bounds. It's all getting up, but he'll be right. Ball's balled in. Jones over the back. Wins it again. Evans gets it on his boot. Ineffectual. They all miss it. Not much talk from either side there. It's scrambly, a bit quiet. McGee's in though. Can be waiting out. Good effective hands. Farnsworth moves the ball down forward. 2 big blokes together. Worcester works well. A great tap on. Early, but he's run down. Like a talk there from Quantong, I think, Dan. And Tyler's made down his kick, and it's a free kick downfield. No love lost between Tyler and Worcester, Dan.
Who are former teammates, of course, Robbie. As Morgan takes the kick. Off hands. Danny Hughes recovers. The ball in a string over on that wing. Kicks long again. Jody Whittaker back, but Fatty Farnsworth at the back of the pack.
It's easy for you to say, Dan.
He's found the big nut. How do you want to make this one count? After missing that last opportunity, being run down. The big fella settles with the ball. Going to kick from about 40 metres. Runs in. Looks all right. Bit of a roar from the Quantong fans behind the goals. Correct weight from the umpire. Another goal to Quantong. They go to 11:15.81. Rupanyup 5:7.37. And the Bombers will want to keep steaming ahead now.
Fine cut of a figure that Quantong runner there, Dan.
Back in the centre. There's the bounce. Jones again, but Evans reads it. Gets the hands off. Over to McQueen. Couldn't quite collar him, Luke Price. McQueen kicks. That's a good answer from Rupanyup. Straight out of the middle. Great work. Rupanyup 6-7-43. Quantong 11:15.81. Time ticking away, getting on towards 25 minutes gone in this third quarter. There's a bounce. Ruckman's attack. Feeds off. Ricky Price intercepts. Very clever work. Handball into the clear. Great defensive work from Ricky. No doubt Quantong needed him playing well today. As Rupanyup clears the ball into the forward line. Turner. Nice mark, Danny Hughes on the chest. Showing great aerial skills again. Kicks forward. Grant Meany, good tap on. Hopper Redding intercepts. Finds Nonganewon. Over the head of Lingham. McQueen again. Avery, quick hands to Price. Quick hands over to McGee. Good thump on. Newon. Out of bounds. The forward flank for Rupanyup. They'll need a goal here before three-quarter time if they're going to make anything of this. Paul Ashenden in the action. Pushed out. Evans collects. Steadies. Handball. Over to Tyler. He slips, but the veteran's got time. Jones comes roaring in. A great grab. Eyes for the ball. Hands of stone. Quick hands to McGee. O'Connor sitting on the turf there. Everard sees it out of bounds. Jones swamped in the ruck. Rupanyup goes into attack. Working hard for the ball though. Great desperation, Quantong. Kimberley clears. But Stevenson intercepts. Looks like a bit of a twinge in the hamstring there, or a cramp perhaps. McGee taps on very cleverly to Meany. And out of bounds again.
I see an effort to curb Jones's dominance in the ruck. They've got Berry in the ruck now. They've changed with Wiedemann, but he's had about 4 or 5 opponents and no one can get near him.
McGee crashes through. Rupanyup back into attack. But Juddy Whittaker's marked safely. Very skillful player. And finds his college mate Grant Meany, who gets thrown to the turf. Very cool player, Grant Meany. Kicks out. Finds his teammate Oscar McGee. Oscar the red hot goer. Kicks along the wing. Paddy Farnsworth up. Still going. But the ball bustled out of bounds.
See, Kalkari lost their first A-grade netball grand final this end, Dan. First one in about 11, 12 years.
Great chapter over there, Rob, as Avery gets thrown to the turf, loses the ball. Baker's kick smothered. There's a whistle on play. Three-quarter time. And the Bombers 11-15, 81. Rupanyup 6-7. I think Craig Turner will be asking for plenty from his players in this last quarter. Seems that Quantong certainly has their upper hand. The boys are playing well, they're linking well, they're hard at the ball, showing a great deal of pressure. And Rupanyup battling to get a toe hold.
And apart from Greg Baker, down hard to find a Rupanyup winner at this stage.
So we launch into the final quarter. Quantong seeking back-to-back flags, seeking the 10th premiership in District League, aiming to be the most successful club in the league. Jones taps again. Everard misses the punch. Jones collects the ball. Kicks it forward. Britton with pace. Wooder with pace. And recovers well. Long hand. Into the teeth of goal, but it beats his teammate. Hughes again. Over to Kimberley. Oh, dangerous punch by a Rupanyup player there, should have marked. Paddy Farnsworth snaps. There's another point. Quantong 11-17, 83. Rupanyup 6-7, 43. Chopped thumb up to clear it, kick the ball out on the left boot. Oh, two Ruppies fly against each other. Hurdy mops it up. Takes a bounce. Nice little chip. Avery wears a couple of bumps. Plays over the ball and the uphill bounce. Quantong well in attack. Up tap. Britton wears one. Tim Lanigan, desperate work for Rupanyup there. Bustled out of the way by Denny Hughes. Runs back into the play. Gets collared. Paddy Leonard over the top. Bit of wrestling there. And he's got the opponent's jumper over the head. Free kick to Danny Hughes. Goes goalward. Joffa Allen way up there in the forward line. What's he doing, Rob?
Yeah, and a ploy at half-time to get Joffa out of full-back. They've moved Redding up the field, and he's gone further and further up the field. And so Joffa's a bit annoyed that he missed that mark. I don't think it would have got stage fright and he would have shot anyway. Yet to be seen. He may kick goal in this last quarter. Over in front, not tall enough to take the mark. Pulls it over. Quantong of the numbers at the ball again. Quantong in front. First of the ball all day. And Bryce has played a great game. Passing Everard again. Top game as well. Important job on Evans. Done to perfection. Worcester drops an easy one. Didn't drop too many today. Kimberley snatches it out of his hands. Moves the ball on. Puts the ball up. A ball in the forward pocket for Quantong. Doing all the attacking. I think the 1994 Premiership match slipped away from Rupanyup's clutches with their first grand final loss, and in fact their first final loss ever on the City Oval in long history. Handball from Kimberley at Avery. Kicks under pressure. Much of fortune, she's gone through. 20 move on to 12-18, 90. And Rupanyup stagnant on 6-7, 43.
Quite a freakish goal there, Robbie. Great to see the old hands combining there. Kimberley, a great steal right out of his opponent's hands.
Yeah, great game by Kimberley today. He's really come back and answered a few critics. Had the injuries this year. He done the job in the finals though. Another 20 or so minutes by looking at the way the game's going, holding the cup up with Malika. Comes and he puts the ball down. Kimberley punches the ball on. Gains about 20 metres. Allen handballs out looking for Price. Price butters up and gets the ball again. That was well done. Farnsworth in front. He's going to get the free kick, pushing the back. Things are going Quantong's way in here. Ball coming back in from the crowd. Allen once again. I think he's liking this bit of freedom up the field. Pressure off from the fullback position. He's done a great job all year. Farnsworth looking for Worcester. The ball's gone too wide instead of centering. Dunlop hadn't done too bad a job in the second half after Worcester sort of set the game up in the first half with 6 goals. Perhaps the damage was already done. There's Everard. Over the back. Played a great game. Had to sit off. He's tried hard, but he's been outclassed by Hurd. Kimberley on the boundary. Kick back in from the 50-metre. He Hurd up. Jamie off the ground. Well, there's another one. Just a matter of how far now for Quantong. They move on to 13-18, 96. Rupanyup 6-7, 43. Not in the hunt. I think, Danny, it was fairly evident. It was a long way from home that Quantong were going to win this game. Just the way they're attacking the ball and the pressure they put on that first quarter.
Certainly, Rob, very evident. The boys have looked the goods all day. Disappointing to see part of the crowd streaming out of the gates during the game. Disappointed with the one-sided nature of the game, but I'm sure the Quantong supporters are absolutely cock-a-hoot as they go forward again. Hopper Redding intercepts. Kicks to the wing. But a fine mark there. Ricky Price. One of those famous Prices. Drives it forward. Booster pushed down. Rupanyup recovers. Hughes, one-on-one. Great desperation. Keeps the ball in play. Magnificent work, Danny Hughes. Handball to Avery. Nice little chip. Bouncing ball. The artful dodger, Clary, takes it away. And he's found Tommy Tyler right on the goal line. Disappointing end to a fine bit of play, that.
I see Niley cuts a fine figure on the boundary line there, Dan.
Those magnificent white shorts. The big nut. Wrestles for the ruck. Does well. Walks his opponent beautifully. Slams it forward. Another point. He's backed a few points today, the nut.
That's 2-5 for Adrian.
Rupanyup once again kicking out of defence. 13-9, 97 Quantong. Rupanyup 6-7, 43. Flash Kimberley in the action there. Rupanyup, very quick hands. Ricky Price, great pressure. And Luke Price profits as he picks up and kicks. Bouncing ball. Wooder crashes through. Britton off the ground. Into the hands of Tommy Tyler. Danny Hughes got space. Picks it up. Round onto the left foot. But he's well offline. One behind. Quantong 13-20, 98. Rupanyup 6-7, 43. Connie boys will be gearing up for a big night out there tonight by the looks, Robbie. Could be pyjamas only tonight out there. Pyjamas and slippers perhaps as Rupanyup kicks the ball in. Oh, fine mark, Adrian Hurd. Dominant big man in the league. Bit of a tap on the bum for Jack McGee from his coach, Kimbo. Hurdy once again running back that 40 yards. Words of encouragement from young Luke Price. Played with the Ballarat Rebels this year in the VSFL. Almost certainly be lining up with them again next year. Hurdy goes long. Prodigious kick. Once again offline. Quantong 13-21, 99. A fine mark, Ricky Price.
Just showing those aerial skills again, Dan. The little bloke, he's a top mark.
Bit of a twinge in the leg there, Ricky. He's done a lot of running today. Might add a bit of spring in the step if he kicks this goal, though. Spears it forward. Big Wooter hits the deck. Where's one on the scone? Jamie Britton punches. Fatty's in the action. Jamie over the ball. Tommy Tyler. Good tackle, Jamie Britton. Quantong players showing great desperation there to keep the ball in play. Excellent work from forward line players. There's the bounce. Danny Hughes forward to Joffer Allen. Showed earlier this season that he doesn't mind kicking a goal, running down from defence. Chops Dunlop, gets a knock. Over to Greg Baker. Valiant in defence all day for Ruppy. Over to Morgan. Out of bounds on the full. Robbie Kransberg there, opening the play.
So he got his short squash by the same person as Niley down.
It's hard to keep him white as Quantong goes forward again. And another behind. They're peppering the goals. And my goodness, wouldn't it be a mess if they were kicking goals with all these shots? 13-22, 100 Quantong. Rupanyup, 6-7-43. Ball out of bounds again. This time on the other flank. Hurd in for the ruck. Taps down. Paddy Leonard couldn't quite grab it. Recovers though. But under pressure, his kick goes out of bounds.
There's a good mark by Crowley on the boundary line there. He's been tipped for the league just in first next year, Dan.
Chops Dunlop with the ball. Wooder stands tall on the mark. Hurdy, good spoil. Joffer in the action again. Jamie couldn't quite get it through his opponent. And once again out of bounds. Tom Jones lurking back there, locking the ball into Quantong forward line. Good ruck work. Mopper ready, hand out. Tap over. Breaks under pressure, didn't have the ball. And he'll take the free. Paddy Farnsworth on the mark. Great little dasher. Great possession winner for Quantong. Morgan marks right on the line, but umpire Chris Wallace deems it out of bounds. Danny Hughes to take the kick. Runs around. And for Wooder. Couldn't get the hands on it. Jamie Britton. Pressure again. And once again the ball goes out of bounds. Hurdy up. Wins a tap. Evans Foxley. Kicks under pressure. Finds Mopper ready. Rupanyup really battling to get it past that centre line. There's Luke Price with a punch. Oh, well done Robbie Avery. Good hands. Over to Joffer. Great shepherd Danny Hughes. Jamie Britton. Out bustled a little there. And it's Hurdy once again over on that flank. Up for the ruck. Taps it down. Jamie foxes it well. Gets a quick hand out. Jack McGee attempts a quick kick. Jamie still in the action. Dispossessed. Jack again. Quick snap. It's Tommy Tyler on the chest. And there's Hurdy. He's marked the ball. He'll steady. And he'll be very keen to kick another goal. Put the Quantong boys further in front. 13-22, 100. Rupanyup 6-7-43. She's all over at the City Oval. Rupanyup battling to get the ball back past the centre line as Hurdy runs in. Way up in the air. Yumpy runs over to the post. And the Nuts put that one through. That'll make him happy. Quantong rolls on towards that final siren. Back-to-back flags. 10 premierships, and it seems they're all going to be in back-to-back sequences. About 15 minutes gone in this last quarter. Suppose now, Robbie, with this wider margin in the game, people start looking at the best player of the field, the VCFL medal awarded during the game. Who do you think might have a show?
I think obviously it's going to be a Quantong player. Probably get 3 in at this stage. I'd say Big Jones in the ruck there, Ricky Price out on the wing, and Coach Kimberley on the balls. But they've been the most consistent players all day, in my opinion, Dan.
I think there's much doubt about that. Rupanyup goes forward, I think, for the first time this quarter. Luke Price out there. Morgan on the run. It's a nice kick, but Quantong defenders there. Stick Turner reads the play. He's kicked a goal, but it might be all too late.
That's his 4th and line hand up forward. Obviously not fit going into the game, so he hasn't done a bad job in the wash-up. But it's a dismal scoreline for Rupanyup of 14-21 Quantong to 7-7 Rupanyup. At this stage, it's all academic. But if Rupp can show a bit of heart and kick another 3 or 4 goals at the finish and cut Quantong out, it'll be all the better for them. Whistle blown. Quantong fella gone over the line. Evans takes the free that's meant to be for the ruckman, goes back. Has a look around. He wants someone out on the shed side flank. Big Wiedemann, probably a mark there, wasn't paid. Kimberley in the thick of things again, clears it out for the runners. Luke Price has done a good job. 16 years old, 16 or 17 years old. Got a brilliant future ahead of him. Again, clears over to Craig Morgan, being very quiet. Gets the ball down. A bit of ready. He hasn't been at their worst. 20 boys in there, probably a little bit of lack of talk, but there's Oscar again, straight ahead. Pushing the ball out wide to the boundary lines. Cleared in. Turner tries, hits it back in the middle. And there's McQueen. Gets a little kick and it dribbles through for a goal. So a bit of joy for Rupanyup at last. They kicked 2 goals in a couple of minutes. Move on to 8-7. 56. Trailing Quantong by a fair margin. 8-7-55, sorry. Trailing Quantong by a fair margin, 14-21, 105. Balls in readiness. Umpires have made a big point of getting it back quick into the centre there. I don't know what the story is there, but they've wanted to do it, so something they've worked on. Morgan gets out wide with the hands. Wiedemann's been flat-footed all day. Handball's over, and there's the story of the day. Evans couldn't move, and he rode right on his shoulder. Not going to let him get away, even though the scores are 50 points the difference. There's probably 8 or 10 minutes to go. Price up, wins about his 5th knockout for the day. Evans gets the ball, under pressure again. There's Ralphie Ashenden. Clears long to the wing. Big Hurdy taps into the centre. Over to Bucker. Can't quite pick it up, and there's Ryan Jones. Over to Danny Hughes. Quicker foot, moves downfield. Had to dumb up on his own, and Lingham. The pressure's put on him. And goes over the line. On Quantong's forward flank. It's just a matter of counting down the seconds now for the Quantong boys. I think they're going to have a big celebration for their 10th. And Rupp are going to taste the bitter taste of defeat first time in a grand final. Good hands by Lanigan in the centre. Once again, use of the ball not too good, and Ricky Price would have to be double-figure number of marks. Kicks long into the forward line. Jack McGee does a good job to spoil and get on his boot. Well done. But yet again, another point to Quantong. 14-22, 106. 8-7-55. Dunlop has done a good job in the second half. Comes in, he'll kick the ball in. Dunlop has been kicking out. Does a good job on this occasion. Price in front again. Here's Kimberley. Puts it in from the boundary line. It's going close. Great goal. Inspirational goal. As if they needed any more, and Kimberley's just shown them it's not over yet. Bangs it right through from an impossible angle. He would have been 45 metres out there. And they move on to 15-22. 112 to Rupanyup 8-7-55. Thanks to that little surge. As the Quantong runner just journeying him up. He's a happy man. With a smile on the face as he pounds off. James prepares the ruck again. Kimberley in the box seat. Doesn't let him down. But Evans sharks it well. Moves it out wide. Mooney and Morgan. Mooney just takes it safely over the boundary line. Lets Quantong regroup. Rupanyup with a shattered lot at this stage. Price moves into ruck. Wins it again. Price moves the ball. Good hands over to Everard. Moves down quick, but it's Sidolt's in front. Brings the ball across to the attacking side. Hughes in front. No one can do nothing but hold under him. The ball's brought back. Hughes once again a great job on the wing. Unpredictable, but when he has his days, there's not too many around that can beat him. Price comes through. Evans fumbles under pressure. Worcester looking for the free, not to be. Kimberley battling against three. Hampshire picks the ball up, but it's held in and the ball up. It's been the trademark of the day, Dan. Qantas has put the pressure on, haven't let Rupp get that loose running game that they're famous for, and they haven't had any answers for it. Weidman gets it under pressure. Sloppy old kick out wide. Avery moves in. Handball's out Dashner. He's clear out on his own. They're playing Rupp's game. He's kicked long. Looking for big booster up there. Brings it to ground. Rows it as well himself. It's the free this time. Langan's complaining, but he can't do much more. Jack has a little word in his ear there. And I think Langan's chasing after him, but Jack's too clever for that. Worcester takes his time, goes back. She's the countdown now, Dan. Probably 4 or 5 minutes to go. And, what do you think will be going through the Quantong boys' mind at this stage?
I think they'd be very determined just to maintain the momentum. As Wooter lines up with those famous scarred knees. You want to nail it. Offline. One behind. Quantong boys very determined mob today. Determined not to let their opponents into the game at any stage. Show no weaknesses. Take no shortcuts.
No, Cransburgs was mentioned at three-quarter time, Dan. I don't know what that was all about.
Joffer Allen, great tall mark there. Spears a kick across. And he finds old Jack McGee. The gallant Jack McGee. They reckon he's kept the Horsham chemists in business this year with all the bandages he's used on those old legs. But what a player he still is.
He makes Robert Avery's legs look good this bloke.
He pops it goalward. All up. He's bagged it through. It'll be a satisfying goal for Jack. Veteran of many finals, many premierships. And certainly a District League legend. As Quantong goes to 15-23, 119. Rupanyup 8-7-55. Quantong 16-23, pardon me. As the time ticks on, must be only 5 or so minutes to go. The Bombers will be determined to run this one right home. Hurdy, big thump from the middle. Into attack again. Fatty Farnsworth, great work. Jamie Britton with pace, leaves his opponent for dead. Can't quite keep it in. Back into play. Wooder goes the backhand. Paddy Leonard bullocks his way through. Joffa hands it back. Flanagan intercepts. Out of bounds on the full.
I don't think Joffa's put forward a real big case to kick Wooder out of the full forward position for next year, Dan.
I'll reserve all comment there, Robbie. Danny Hughes goes long. It's a lovely kick from the 50-metre line. Joffa pumps the air in triumph. It's a lovely goal to Danny Hughes. Capping off a marvellous game on the wing. Showed great athleticism all day. As Terry Grinner-Price gives the boys a drink.
Well, there's one we've forgotten for the medal, Dan. He's played a great game.
Danny Hughes, certainly, yes. Been many occasions he's forced to turnovers, made something out of nothing for Quantong. And that's the stuff that wins finals. 25 minutes gone. The countdown's on. All eyes on the clock. 20 boys steam home for the flag. Purdy comes charging through, but it's an awkward bounce. Hughes again. Jonesy off the ground. In the air. Plenty of Rupanyup players there, but they're all under pressure. Kick to the wing. Jack McGee, a fine mark. Determined look on the faces. He goes back for a kick. Brother Oscar in the foreground there. Over the middle. Finds the outfield dodger, Brendan Everard. Goes wide to the running Grant Meaney. Mr. Cool. Couldn't quite grab that one. Rupanyup rebound. Lingham. McGee again. Front of the pack, Ashenden up. McQueen. Oscar barrels through. Ashenden butters up. Nice left foot kick onto the wing. Finds Danny Hughes with magnificent recovery skills again. Creative hand into Cransberg. Kicks forward.
Paddy Farnsworth turns around on the left. He's just touched on the line. Yes, I don't think this mention of Cransberg is down something Quantong boys have between themselves in the day. Redding kicks out. Awkward kick. Jones a bit too much skill. Inboard to Kimberley. He could kick it from here again. Snaps it around. Not this time. She's touched on the line. Through for a behind again. So it's 17:25. 1:27 to Quantong. And Rupanyup left floundering on 8-7-55. Was to get in, puts the pressure on. As I said before, he's done all team things today. As Baker and his best. On this occasion, he's put it out in the full. Danny Hughes moves in. He's a bit too far out to have a shot this time. He's put it to Quantong's advantage. Down the centre somewhere. Tyler, the veteran, on the mark. Not much talk there. Here's Price. Can he cap off a big game? He's done it. Under pressure. Great goal by Price. As I said, capping off a great game. Done everything on that wing today. Marked it, put pressure on, harassed his opponent. Plenty of good running. And they move on to 18:25. 1:33. Rupanyup 8-7-55. Been stuck there for a long time. Open goal, straight to the right. Probably concentrating on more of what's going to happen after the game by now. And we don't seem too disturbed about that, and they move on to 18:26, 1:34. Darnell brings the ball back in. Up to be waiting for the final sign, I'm sure. Stevenson gets it, hands out wide to Redding. Bates moves the ball onto the wing. He's down there. Lingham takes it. He's had a quiet day. As is Evans and Werdeman. Paddles the ball out wide.
34.
Lingham, down to Craig Morgan. Another one that hasn't done much today.
Disappointing to hear the Quantong B grade netballers went down there, Robbie, in a close one.
Yeah, down to Natty Muck. Can't win them all though. Great bump by Ashenden there. Took Evans' feet away. There's Akon. He's been reliable, as I said. There hadn't been too many kicks on him today. His opponents have probably had 4 between them. Stevenson. Jack McGee couldn't turn on the old legs this late in the game. There's Clary. Very skillful. Kicked his sore ankle out, hurt a bit. He's moved the ball forward. There's Oscar. He's got him looking around a bit, I think, now. Just going for a bit too hard for him. Kicks the ball out wide. Going to go out of bounds. On the wing. Not favouring either side. It's all academic at this stage. Just a matter of how far. Two the old boys from either side limping around there. There's McQueen Oldham. Jack McGee's swung one. Very uncharacteristic. Crowd give him a bit of a raspberry. I think the biggest worry would have been a win parting McQueen's hair there, but ball's knocked forward. All heard he's gone a bit high, and Big Wedman's moving in to offer him a few words of advice. I think you're taking on a bit too much there, Weedy. Yeah, I thought so. There's Herbie on top of him. And standing around. Now Tom Tyler's moved in. But I think it's all just a bit of a cut-off. Boys are getting a bit cold. Grant Mooney, no nonsense. Thumps at 40 metres out of the boundary line. Paddy Farnworth over to Everard, toys with the opposition. Makes a mockery of him. Avery gets the ball, screws her over his shoulder. Farnsworth does well. Ball's moved out towards the forward, to the boundary line. Morgan picks it up brilliantly. Jamie Britton on the left, and there's the siren. She's 2 in a row for Quantong. Cameron and Juddy move in. Niley still cutting that fine figure. Running himself into the ground, but it's been a great victory for Quantong. Ably led by Craig Kimberley. Back-to-back flags, and as Danny mentioned, that's 5 times they've done it in their club history. There's all the club celebrations. Yeah. So, all in all, Dan, a bit of a lackluster grand final. Quantong put the pressure on too early, and Rutgers couldn't handle it. Their free-running game was cut out, and the plan was to cut their wide runners down. I think they've done it to perfection, and Rutgers didn't have an answer for it.
Certainly didn't, Robbie. I think Quantong should have asserted their authority very early in the game. And well, isn't it good to see those smiling faces in the huddle there? Heard he's found a can already. All the boys, great to see. There'll be a top time in the old town tonight. Perhaps for a couple of days. Back to back. There's Jack with young Thomas.
Hello, little girl. That was beautiful.
Yeah, good win by Quantong, and good luck next year for a Thanks, Dan.
Thank you, Robert.
Oh, yeah, mate. Great, thanks. Great going. You
Congratulations to Quantong. Commiserations. Commiserations up. There's always next year, as we say. Tremendous achievement by the Quantong Football Club. Back-to-back premierships. Very hard to do. And we must congratulate President Mel Kerr and Coach Craig Kimberley. Without further ado, we get into the presentation of the medallions. Thanks, Phil. As I read the players out, they please come up to receive, and our chairman, Phil, will make the presentation. Number 1, Justin Whittaker. Number 3, Paul McGee. Number 4, James Farnsworth. Number 5, one of the All-Stars members, Grant Meany. Number 7, the big fella, Wooder. Number 8, Robbie Avery. Number 9, Pat Leonard. Number 11, David O'Connor. Number 13, Ron Jones. Number 14, one of the old players around the league, Jim Allen. Number 15, Adrian Hurd. Number 8, young Danny Hughes. Number 20, another young guy out there, young Luke Price. Number 30, Jack McGee.
Well done, Joe. Well done.
Number 31, James Britton. Number 32, Paul Ashton.
We worked 3 pages in the half times this week.
34, Ricky Price.
Tremendous. Good on you.
35, Cam Lynn. Brendan Everard. And naturally, there has to be a president of the club, Melly Kerr. And also, the coach of the Quantong Football Club, Craig Kigley. And I'll head back to our chairman, Bill Murphy, to announce the other presentations. Okay, we've got the regional director for the BCFL, Brendan Ryan, to make the presentation for the best player on the day. Brendan?
Thanks.
Thanks, Bill. On behalf of the BCFL, I'd like to congratulate both teams for their performance during the season. Commiserations to the Rupanyup Football Club, Bob Baker and Craig Turner, the coach. They've had an excellent season, but there can only be one winner. Congratulations to the Quantong Club, Mel Kerr, Craig Kimberley, and the players and the supporters. You've had an excellent season. Well done. Now, the first presentation I have is for the best player, which is provided by the BCFL. And today's best player is from the Quantong Club, Rowan Jones. I think about the team today. All supporters and everything in this club. It's a great place, great club, and commiserations for up. They didn't give up all day. Thanks very much. The second trophy is for the Premiership coach, Craig Kimberley, back-to-back premierships. It's provided by Alexander Stenos. Congratulations, Craig. Fine season once again, and it's a great honour to win 2 premierships in a row. Well done. Thanks very much, Brendan. I'd personally like to thank the board of the league for the work they've done this year. They've obviously created a good image for the club and for the league, and I hope that their hard work continues on. I'd like to thank everyone involved in the Quantong Football Club, basically from supporters up through the club. Their hard work all through here has got us where we are at the moment. I certainly appreciate their hard work. Last year to win the grand final was something good, but this year to win back-to-back was something special. I'd like to thank the boys that decided to stay at the club this year, and I'd also like to thank the boys that decided to play for Quantong this year. Without you guys, we wouldn't have really been here this year, and I thank you very much. I'd like to thank my family, my wife and my kids for support through the year. Their support has also been well appreciated. To the Rupanyup Footy Club boys, your efforts through the year was very good, and I'm sure with the pride you've got, we'll see you come back bigger and better next year. Thanks very much. Right, we've still got a few more words to make, but I'll just call on Bob Hayes, our sponsor from 40 Winks, to make the presentation of the 40 Winks Premiership Cup, and then we'll also follow up with the Shield. Bob?
Thanks, Phil. Congratulations, Quantong. Certainly they're without doubt the best team in the league. It was a great effort today. You backed it up, and I think it's full credit to Quantong, Craig and your boys. It must have been great to be there today instead of having a game. Rupanyup, well, I suppose there's always next year, bad luck. But Craig, on behalf of 40 Winks, it gives me great pleasure to present the Premiership Cup for 1994.
I'd just like to thank Bob and 40 Winks for their support. I've got no doubt the league also appreciates their support. Without their support, the league would not be going in leaps and bounds as they are at this stage. Thanks very much, Bob, and I hope your support continues. Thanks, Bob. Our final presentation I'll present that to Mel Kerr, and this time we'll ask Mel to say a few words.
Thanks, Phil.
Firstly, congratulations to our boys. Commiserations to Rupanyup. That's better.
all I can say on this. Congratulations to Craig. Back to back to incredible. Thank you.
Well done, Craig.
Thanks a lot. Thanks, ladies and gentlemen. See you next year.
No, the other. Look at out of the track out of your bag. This side. Hold up.
Wait, good.
Let's go, boys!
Jonesy, let them drink, mate. Come on, both go first. You deserve seconds. Come on.
Jonesy, a little bit ready.
Don't waste too much, Jonesy. Come on, young mate. Get it, Jonesy.
Get into it, Ellie! On to you,
Ellie.